Good morning. It's so good to see you all today. I'm Judy Best with iRealty Arkansas, and this is my weekly Facebook Live show, The Best Year You Ever Had. And we expect 2020 to be the best year we have all ever had. And so I'm excited to be back with you. We always try to add value. Today we're chatting about the evolving you, because as we have changing circumstances, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Ow! Or as we change and our life experiences change, we need to continue to evolve to be our best yet. And so that's what we're talking about today. If you are watching this live, drop in where you're watching from. If you are watching on replay, hi, Mom, I see you. That's my mom.
Hi, Mom.
If you are watching on replay, answer the questions too and type in #replay and tell us where you're watching from, because we'd love to know who watched the show. I know we get lots of views every week, but we need to know that you're there and where you're watching from. Mm-hmm. I'm Judy Best, iRealty Arkansas. I work out of the Sherwood office, 120 Brockington Road. And with me today is Julie Duvall.
That's me, yes.
Yes.
Okay, hi.
And she is Bath Bombshells. I'm going to show you one of her bombshells, bath bombshells.
Yes.
I love those bath bombs that she makes these. And we're at her boutique in Conway. And so drop in what your favorite bath accessory is. We want to know that. So put that in the comments right now. Melissa Allison is here with us live, but she's also dropping in comments. So, hey, Melissa.
Hey, girl.
Hey. Julie.
Yes.
Tell these folks a little about you.
Wow. Okay. My name is Julie Duvall, and I'm here in Conway, Arkansas, and I have Bath Bombshell by Julie Duvall. It used to be known as the Cottage Sunny Gap, and the reason why we evolved that is because we wanted to make the brand and the company more recognizable by just the name and branding. And plus, I so happen to do some media and stuff with TV quite a bit, and so I get teased about by being kind of a big presence. Obviously, can you tell? And so I thought bombshell, kind of like I drop in like a bomb and kind of clear everything out pretty good. Yep. And I make handmade bath products. They're Arkansas sourced, primarily Arkansas sourced, and usually all my bases and supplies
Mardi Gras
are within 50 miles of Conway and Little Rock. I'm very proud about that. Everything's handcrafted. I stand behind it, well, except for the rubber duckies. I can't do that. Somebody else does it.
Such a cute.
These are Mardi Gras ducks.
Isn't that cute?
Sugared lemon. Sugared lemon is what they are. And I just love what I do. And one of the reasons why I do this is I never imagined that I would be doing bath products for a living. But I do. And I love it. It helps me express my artistic creativity, if you want to actually call it artistic. And I come from a very artistic family, musicians, artists, writers. And so this just kind of evolved, and I love it. And I'm so proud to do it. And one of the main reasons why I do this is so that I can make sure that I give back to the community that has always given back to me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. We were just visiting before we started, and we found out that we're more alike than we knew. Now, she has on a tutu.
Is it too much?
Yeah, no, it's not too much. And I have on blue jeans, so we're a little bit different that way.
No, she showed up and I was wearing a shirt that said, "Welcome to Crazy Town." I said, "Welcome."
Yeah, and mine says "Wife, Mom, Boss."
As you are.
Yeah. So but we found out we're both middle daughters and middle children, and we've got a brother on each side.
Absolutely.
One brother is a preacher. Mine works at a Christian college.
Mine's a minister.
And the younger brother is gay. Both of us have a younger brother that's
I think
gay.
I just outed my brother. Kidding.
Oh, no.
No, that's 20 years ago. It's okay.
You don't want to out anybody.
Hey, Mama. See you at Christmas.
So we're going to talk today about the evolving you. And Julie's been going through an evolution process the past year and a half that I've known you.
Yes, I have.
And so she has 3 tips that we're going to just talk through those tips, and I'm going to pop them up here. So her first tip is I changed the wording a little bit.
Okay.
Embrace your uniqueness.
Yes.
So what is unique about you? Please let us know what's unique about you. What is one of your differences?
Yeah. Talking about mine or anybody's? Come on, y'all comment.
Yeah.
Hi, Todd.
Well, you said don't be afraid to be different.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I grew up looking different. Obviously, I mean, I have this crazy curly hair. I had an accident when I was 12 and broke my jaw in 3 places from a bike accident. So in junior high, I had all this atrophy on one side of my face.
Really?
And I did not. My muscles healed wrong. My nerves didn't heal all the way completely. So I had this little lazy eye. It's kind of still there sometimes, especially when I get really tired.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was teased mercilessly. And so I was different. And, you know, when you're young, kids will focus on the different, somebody who's different, something that doesn't mesh with everybody else. So I was teased quite a bit. And it took me a long time to get comfortable with my hair, with my appearance, and just with the fact that I was this very peppy, outgoing, not quite like a cheerleader, because I was not a cheerleader in high school, but I'm like a life cheerleader, I guess you'd call it. And so
Yeah.
I love it. And it took me a long time to get comfortable with all of it.
You have a big personality. When Julie is in the room, we know Julie is in the room.
You can smell me coming. Usually I have soaps, and they smell good sometimes.
Yeah.
Me and my rooster hair.
But there's nothing more fun than your red curly hair
Thank
and
you.
your
That you choose.
well, your
The outfit.
flamboyant
Yes.
attire, but it's part of what we love about you, and you're very unique.
Yes.
But you've embraced that, and you come out the other side a bigger person and a more confident person.
Yes. I realized that it's actually a blessing, and
Yes.
that I should not look at it as a negative. I should look at it as a positive. You know, the big crazy hair. I used to iron my hair with an iron on an ironing board in high school.
Really?
Yeah, to blend in, absolutely. And used to straighten my hair with flat irons and curling irons, even in my 20s and 30s when I was working in the corporate world, in corporate commercial real estate and things like that, trying to blend in. And then after a while, I just said, you know what? There's a reason why I was given this hair. And
God did not mean you to blend in.
Thank you. And the reason why I dress so flamboyant is because being an owner of my own company, I am blessed to be able to do that. And I want to express how much fun I have doing what I do, and then how much enjoyment that I want to give to others. And, you know, you might not walk up to my booth or my table, but when you see my outfit, you're going to be going, who is she?
Yeah.
And why is she like that? I want to go ask her a question.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're very approachable.
I'm wearing Chuck Taylors and a tutu. I just pulled up my leg. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry,
no
ladies.
problem. I'm smelling this
Cucumber melon. Made that this morning for you guys.
When you walk up to her booth and you see her in her unique outgoingness, because she is the perfect soap lady. I think you are.
Well, thank you.
But it would work for many things.
Well, I believe that people are so busy these days. I mean, look, I just kind of almost went squirrel for half a second. Everybody has an attention span of like 20 seconds now because of phones and dinging and work and things like that. You know, I remember if you wanted to talk to somebody, either wrote them a letter or you called them on the phone with that long cord in the kitchen. You might go sit like in the dining room or somewhere around in the corner so you could talk to somebody for a while. It's not like that now. You can immediately get rapid responses. So people are exhausted. They're mentally exhausted. So when is the one time that you actually are quiet, if you're not singing in the shower, or relaxing? And that's when you bathe. Mm-hmm. And whether it's washing your hands or taking a shower or a bath, you want something that's going to kind of take you to a place that makes you feel good, a scent, a fragrance, a color that's going to make you think about something that makes you happy. And that's really one of the reasons why. That's what I take in consideration when I make my products.
She does a great job with that. But more than anything else, I just love to say that you're my friend. Let's go to
this woman's been so lovely to me.
No.
We always love to see each other and take pictures all the time.
Yes, we love to check in together. Mm-hmm. Here's her second tip. Julie says, observe often, but listen even more.
Yes.
Okay, talk about that.
The way that I tell people, they're like, how do you know How can you read me so quickly? Or how do you know about this, that? I'm like, well, you would think I talk like this all the time, but really I'm watching. And I'm watching people interact. I'm watching rooms. I'm watching dynamics. I don't want to be the center of attention.
Okay.
I want to see the center of attention and watch them and watch how people work in that orbit. And then listening. I learned so much working in politics and working in commercial real estate, even though I would have to communicate with people a lot and get messages and things like that out. I always listened to people who were above me and people who reported to me, because I wanted to know what the people who were reporting to me thought could be improved or wasn't right. So I listened, and then I would take that in consideration. Then I would pitch it to superiors who I knew would be open, because I've heard them talk before. Yeah. And that way it's made me a better communicator and more of a facilitator. If that makes any sense.
It does.
And I do that professionally, and I do that socially as well in my personal life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Makes me want to know, and we won't talk about it now.
Okay.
What you thought about me when we met, because I know now that you were observing me.
Yes. I'll tell you what I thought.
Oh, no, don't do that now.
It's a good thing. I promise.
I don't want it to.
We're live.
Yeah, I don't. I'm scared.
No. I knew that you were purpose-filled with a forward momentum and a peace and a confidence of acceptance and a lovingness to you.
A lovingness. Mm-hmm. I like that.
But you protected that because you weren't going to just readily give it out and have people abuse it. So
there you go.
How was that?
That's interesting. Okay.
Pretty on the money, right?
On the money. Well, yeah, we could have a whole conversation about those few words you just said. When I asked Julie to give us these tips today, I asked her to I want you to know where they came from. I said, what advice would you give your young self?
Yeah.
From now? And so recapping, we started with, I changed it to embrace your uniqueness, because as teenagers, we don't want to be unique. No, we want to blend in.
Absolutely.
We want to look just like the cool girls and be
same clothes.
Yeah,
same here.
But embrace your uniqueness and let it be
your identity.
Your identity,
because it's okay. Because that's what you're meant to be.
Yeah,
is unique.
Right, and then observe, but listen even more. Pay attention, because I believe Julie makes more connections in the community because of her observing others and then embracing them the way that they
want to
accept to be embraced.
Yes.
Is that not true?
Yeah, the way they would appreciate it, the way that you, like a dynamic personality probably wants something that's similar to talk to them. So you want, this. But if you're kind of quiet and reserved, you're going to want, you probably want something a little bit quieter and more deliberate in a conversation.
Yeah.
Some people are short and to the point. They want to know what you want, or what do you want to do, blah, blah, blah. And then others are like, visit with me. I crave social interaction of quality and depth. Yeah. And so I feel that with people, and it's a blessing to be able to do that, because I grew up in a lot of different fashions and had a lot of great different job opportunities since I was 15 to help me learn a lot about people.
Stick with us though, because we're going to have an announcement.
Yes.
At the end of the show about an opportunity that's coming up, but we're not going to give it to you now. So stick with us. So when you are out in the community and meeting people, what is one of the observations you would make of a person that you would be drawn to? Mm-hmm. Is that a good question?
Yeah. What would, if you would like to approach somebody, are you watching them to see what would be the best way to gather their attention fully? Yeah. And be able to communicate what you're trying to get across.
Yeah. I think I'm frequently drawn to the quieter people. Mm-hmm. Nothing against you, Julie.
I'm quiet when the cameras are off. Usually.
You are such a big personality. I am drawn to the quieter people because I have been a introvert for most of my life.
Kind of a wallflower a little bit.
Well, that's the word I would have used. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I tend, when I'm out in a networking event, I'm trying to find the person that's sitting alone on the side mm-hmm. or standing alone looking awkward. And I'm drawing them in. Yes. And then try to connect them with somebody else.
I love to do
and
that
I do that over and over again. So I'm always looking for the quiet person that looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Bring me your quiet people.
Bring me your quiet
We'll love
people.
them. We'll love them and cheer them on.
Yeah.
And make sure that they feel comfortable in their skin, because I've done that with a couple people through some women's networking coffees.
Yeah.
I see them over there. I walk over and I'm like, first of all, I'm not going to bite you.
Yeah.
But best thing I ever. Greatest story about that.
Okay.
I'm standing in line at a women influencers coffee at Honey Pies. This was late 18. Yes, late 18. And there's this woman behind me, just a very lovely woman, just standing there, and I'm getting a cappuccino. I'm trying to be all fancy instead of coffee. And this woman standing behind me, and I turned around to her and said, "Hi, how are you doing?" She goes, "Is this where we get the coffee?" I'm like, "Oh, this is your first coffee." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, get your coffee. Come hang with me. I got you." Because she said she was nervous and she's never done it before. I said, "Well, come on, we got this." It's Sue Turner Philberg.
Oh my goodness.
Tidy Nest. And I consider her a very good friend. So it was her first coffee, brought her over. She sat with me, and it just, obviously she's exploded since then. Good for you.
I think we always remember the person that brings us in when we're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a great way to make connection with people.
Absolutely.
Is to connect with that person and bring them in.
And I see her every once in a while. We'll have coffee or something. And she's just I was glad to take that slight step forward, a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
To someone who it was a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And we found the way to grow it.
Well, Sue, with Tidiness,
yes,
has been one of my past guests. So if you want to meet Sue, go check out that video too.
You'll love it.
Last tip. Here we go. Got to make that one go away. Here we go. Go away.
Shoot now.
You are good enough.
Yes, you are.
And how did you put it? Yours was longer than that. I made it shorter.
You are good enough for the opportunities that come your way.
You are good enough for the opportunities that come your way. So, hey, I think this is a great segue into everything you've done and the life that you're creating. So talk about what you had to believe about yourself to step fully into those opportunities.
Well, I can talk about something recent, like the last year recently. It's been a lot of people who are in, like, say, your network or my network, or kind of work in our same orbits, knows that I've gone through a separation and divorce, it's a long story. And it's been very difficult. It's anything like that, you have to go through a grieving process, and there's a sense of loss.
Yes.
Sometimes a sense of failure, that it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Or maybe it wasn't the way you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be that way. And that's okay. It's a way to grow. So I've been through that struggle, and I've questioned myself. I questioned my worth. I questioned the quality of my work, and I questioned whether I should continue this business. And I really got down to the core of me, a quietness and a peace and solitude, where I really did learn that I am good enough to do this, because any opportunity that comes my way, it's meant for me to either seize on it or make a decision and pass on it. And so every day you wake up, and everything that comes your way, you're good enough for it. And if it's not quite in your lane, but you want it, there's a reason why you want it, because you feel intrinsically in your soul or in your DNA cellular that you're good enough for it, and you want that opportunity. I mean, I've taken job opportunities where the learning curve was a right angle.
Yes.
There was no curve. It was straight up. And I loved the opportunity, and I seized it and it worked out so beautifully well. I mean, like this, I've taken one soap class in a technique that I don't even use.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Everything's self-taught. I kid you
Wow.
not. And I'm just, because I tell myself, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Because if you make mistakes, then you're actually giving yourself a chance to learn.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I agree with that, stepping into opportunities. I know there are women especially, but probably some men watching, who have had an opportunity come up in recent weeks, months, days,
Mm-hmm.
and you hesitated. Not sure whether you could fully commit
Mm-hmm.
to stepping into that. And I would encourage you that if you want it, go for it. Find a way to fit it into your life. Make it happen. My husband and I started this real estate investment business that we're doing.
Going great.
We're in our 4th year now, and he's actually away right now in Seattle at a conference for the next step up and leveling up. And literally, if we hadn't gone for it, our life would look so totally different now.
If you're not scared when you're trying something, you're not trying hard enough.
Well, you haven't, it's not a big enough opportunity if you're not scared. It should, if
You should have some level of
fear.
Yeah, some level of fear. I believe that I love when opportunities come by. If you pause for a second to make sure it feels right, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you hesitate because you feel like you're not good enough, or maybe
that's the
problem.
Yeah.
I believe, there's actually a lot of talk, like Sheryl Sandberg, who wrote the book Lean In, which for Facebook. I don't believe in that. I believe in leaping. I believe in leaping because if it's there, you leap. Because there's only two ways to go when you leap: forward or forward and up. Because you'll never, what's the worst it can do? But you've already made a little bit forward and you've learned something. If it doesn't work out, it's a lesson. It's a learning tool that you put in your repertoire of like decision-making aspects. Just go for it.
Okay. That makes me think, though, of my past life. Let's see how much we parallel now.
Okay.
Is there were many things we tried when we were younger that we had a measure of success or that we actually failed at. And if we hadn't tried those things, we wouldn't have tried this big thing that we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
So same thing. So yeah. You've got to be trying things that are outside your comfort zone.
I have a great little short story about how I really, what set me off on a trajectory. I was 21, 22, maybe 21. And I found out at my university that I was attending that they were going to do a bunch of degree cuts, like about 200 programs. They're going to cut 200 degree programs to kind of consolidate. Well, I didn't think that was right. So I did some investigating, found out it was almost kind of like Pelican Brief like. Found out it was very a lot of it was political, a lot of it was hush hush. There was not a lot of communication with the student body or the student body representative organizations, and then also with faculty and alumni. So I wrote this long analysis. I sent it to the local paper just because I wanted to. I was sneaking around doing it, saving it on one of those floppy disks, old school.
Yes, I remember those.
And the next thing I know, it is the feature editorial in the Sunday paper.
Oh my!
In my local paper.
Oh my!
And then after that, my life changed.
Yeah.
And that was 1994. And so that was really what turned me on into being active and calling things out if I felt that they weren't right and trying to make a difference. Really, that was it.
Well, and your opportunity can be not just a career opportunity.
Absolutely.
It can be a community involvement. It can be a very purpose-filled opportunity, like what you're describing.
Yeah. Calling things the way that they need to be. If you see something wrong, it's like
see something, say something.
Don't say anything about this. But yeah, if you believe that something needs to be put a spotlight on.
Yeah.
Whether it's professional or personal or socioeconomic, you should do it because something is telling you intrinsically to do it.
Yeah.
And we all have good compasses. Sometimes we don't listen to them, but I am now.
So what is the opportunity that you need to jump on today? If you have something you're thinking about that you should jump on, tell us what it is. We want to know.
Absolutely.
What is the opportunity that you got this week that you are jumping on? We want to know.
I'm very.
Don't be embarrassed.
Well, look, see, this is not what most people see. I'm very proud to say that the Office of Community Engagement with the University of Central Arkansas here in Conway, very large institution, approximately 25,000 students or so.
Good school.
Yeah, it's a very good school. Reached out to me recently and met with them last week, and I will be doing community education courses starting this summer and all through the end of next spring semester with them here in Conway, mostly at their downtown annex. And I'll be teaching classes on how to make all kinds of different bath products. And I'm really, really excited.
So if you would like to learn how to make your own bath products from Julie Duvall, the Julie Duvall, it's going to be available to the entire community.
Absolutely. It'll be featured in their community outreach catalog that comes out that shows all the different kinds of courses for, I'll start with some children's club activities that'll be on campus this summer. But then I'll be in the fall catalog and the spring catalog. Nothing's in writing, but we've all agreed to do it, and we're working on the exact type of classes.
So are you going to have classes for kids and adults?
Absolutely, that's what they're designed to do.
Fun.
A lot of it's going to be in their realm of make and take.
Yeah.
They're going to do a whole series of classes so that you can make Christmas gifts for people that you love, or you want to shower them with affection and appreciation, and you get to make them and take them. And then also I do that same thing here.
Oh, so that's an opportunity right here in Conway at Bath Bombshell. But I can't say that.
Bath Bombshell.
Bath Bombshell by Julie Duvall.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being part of
this woman.
Oh, thank you for being part of my best year ever in 2020.
You're making this year the most amazingly beautiful in a variety of ways for me, and hopefully that's for you as well.
Thank you. I'm having fun, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to invite you to be on the show is because I knew we'd have fun today, and we have had fun. Next week, my guest will be Classy Earhart.
Hey, I just did a podcast with her. She's a great gal.
I did a podcast with her too.
I've known her for a couple of years.
She's doing fabulous work, but she's going to be talking with us next week. Pathway to Purpose.
There you go.
Is her topic. So we're looking forward to her being here. If there's somebody you know that maybe I don't know, or that I know and I haven't thought to invite yet, let me know who it is, because I'm filling up my calendar for the whole year, and I'm already have people booked through March. So we'll keep doing this every week because it's just for fun. I am
and sharing love.
And sharing the love. We're here to add value. I hope you will check out some of her soaps and bath.
We're quackers.
Yeah. I hope you'll find Julie and check out some of her stuff. But as well, if you or anyone you know are looking to buy or sell a home, I am still looking for referrals. So I do this just to stay in front of you, but I'm also in business for myself, so that's part of it.
But yeah, I agree. One of my taglines is, if you're not giving back, you're taking too much. And look what you're doing; you're giving back to the community. Oh. Besides, trying to offer people step up or an evolution in their home buying process. Mm-hmm. You're doing this by giving value back. So yeah, you're giving back.
Thank you. If you watched this and you enjoyed it, please share the video so that more people can see it, and please. Drop in hashtag Bath Bombshell. We think that would be a really fun way to end this.
You're real into like this.
Oh.
Release the hounds. Thanks so much.
You guys have a great day. We will talk to you later.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.